Hey, I'm Brittany Greek and I'm going to demonstrate how to put in extensions. We are using So-Cap hair. This is what it looks like whenever you get it in, it's packaged. You will also need these to keep the hair out of the way, your combs, clips, and an extension tool. We are using pre-tipped hair. So this is my client Amber and I already have her sectioned out. So I'm going to demonstrate how to properly put them in. So let's get started. So I have Amber sectioned out and we are going to start with a single strand. You just take a teeny piece of hair and you are going to go about 1/4 of an inch away from the scalp. You place it on the hair. You take your extension tool. You're going to clamp and hold for about 3 seconds. Release, and you're going to hold it down and roll it. Make sure you get it wrapped all the way around the hair. And keep rolling and pushing until it is cold. Remove any excess glue. And you have your first extension. Now, the key is you want to make sure you are holding it down when you put it in. If you're holding it out, whenever you put the glue in, it is going to stay out, so it will show. And it will hang freely. Okay, ladies, also remember when you're putting in extensions, always take the perimeter. You're going to want to put their hair up, see how much is, how much on the outside is showing, pull that down, and then maybe even a little more, just so that whenever the hair is up, you're not going to see any of the bonds. And then if you have to, if you got too much taken out of the perimeter, you can always go back in and add more. So I've gotten the first row done, which is about 6 or 7 extensions. It didn't take but just about 5 minutes. And then just do it, keep them about 1/4 of an inch apart. You want to leave space. And then if you have more, you're going to go in and fill it in. The average head we'll use anywhere from 100 to 200, maybe even 300, but the average head takes about 150 strands of hair, depending on thickness or length, what you're looking for. So Amber's hair was, let's see here, let's back up. Amber's hair was about here. She has pretty long hair, but she's getting married, so she wanted something a little more extravagant and longer. So the extensions that we have are about 23-inch extensions. Of course, once they're cut, it'll be a little more off. But, as you can see here, we've given her a good extra 6 or 7 inches. So I'll also demonstrate how to cut it later. So I'm going to go through and add a little more in, and I will show you where we get. And I tend to twist it just a little bit, not really at the root because you don't want to twist it before the keratin, but twist it just a little bit and that'll keep all the hairs together so nothing gets tangled up in there, because once it's in, ladies. You do not want to have to rip hair out. And just keep rolling until you feel it cool down. And they're just going to hang free. And yeah, you can see them against the hair, but when you put the hair up or wear the hair down, you won't see anything. Like as you can see, the perimeter that I took out of her bottom, I've done about 2 rows so far. So if she were to put her hair up, you wouldn't see nothing. Nothing. So I'm going to keep going and I will show you where we get. So this is about the in-between. We've put in approximately 70 to 75 strands in so far. We haven't started working on our sides. As you can see, they're really not noticeable. It kind of blends in. It hasn't been cut yet. And if you are to lift up the hair, my perimeter hides them so you can't see them. So we're going to start working on the sides. And then we'll show you how to cut it. So this is what you should look like. If you have a problem, you may need to check it. So I'm going to record while I do some of them so you can kind of see what's going on. Start sectioning out what you want for the sides, but make sure you have You can always go in and add more later, so make sure you have at least 1.5 inches or 2 inches of your perimeter so you don't go too far. So once you've got that section out and you've got your side, you just want to double check and pull it back and make sure you're still going to have plenty of room without them showing. Okay. You want to hand them to me? So, you just pull out a very small couple strands of hair. Make sure there's no hair around it that can get caught up in it, because there's no getting it out once it's in. You're going to have to rip it out. Give me an ultra one. Just position it where you want it. Hold it in place. Take your extension tool. Hold it down. You can even pull up on it, which will work it into the hair a little better. Usually about 3 to 5 seconds. And then you're going to roll it in place so it cools down. And there's your bond. You should be able to see it. So as you do it, you'll notice that it's starting to get a little longer on the side as you work around. The biggest thing that people make a mistake is they will make it real thick and long in the back and not put enough on the sides and make it look thin and stringy and make it look like you have extensions in your hair, which you want it to look natural and fresh. And then always just don't get carried away and just keep going and going, because you want to just always double check. Make sure you're not going too far with it showing. And also, if you get your hair like this is soak-up hair. It's very nice hair, very expensive. It's high quality. But as you can tell, it still has a little bit of a frizzy look. There are many things that you can do as far as conditioning treatments and whatnot. What we're going to do with Amber is we're going to do a clear color, which is just basically going to glaze the hair and apply a nice coat and close the cuticle, which hopefully will help reduce that frizziness. Okay, so we are finally finished. This is Amber's hair. It blends quite well. We've dried it. It's very, very thick. As you can see, I mean, it looks awesome. We've given her about 6 inches after the haircut. Her hair was about here. So, I don't know, maybe even a little more. Go ahead and turn to the side. As you can see, even down the side it blends. That's the thing is, you got to get it good on the side. Okay, go ahead and turn to the front. As you can see again, everything blends into each other. It looks very natural. She can walk down the street, nobody knows she have extensions. That's the biggest thing is you see girls going down the street and you're like, what is in her hair? Somebody did a bad job on them extensions. So this is what it's supposed to look like, ladies. And if you have any questions, you can let me know. And thank you, Amber.